Week 7 of Horseplay. Consider us really your TV pals.
We're your counselors. Your Monday morning counselors. Monday afternoon counselors.
No, it's all good. I'm confused too after watching yesterday's game.
Where are we? What's going on?
What? Here's what's going on, okay?
Please
This
tell me.
team is 3-0 against the AFC South, 0-4 against everybody else. And oh, by the way, we've got a huge Monday night game coming up on Monday. You can see it on RTV6 against the 6-0 Carolina Panthers, 6-0 for the first time in franchise history. This ain't going to get any easier.
We have two undefeated teams coming
back to back.
up. In prime time, right? Monday Night Football, and then, well, Sunday
You know what?
afternoon,
The Broncos game is actually, well, it's the national game on
Right.
another network, but not the primetime game, which
it's
you would
the
expect a
4:25
Broncos-Colts game
Yeah.
to be whenever Peyton comes back to Indianapolis, but it's not this year for some reason. But this isn't going to get any easier,
No,
is it? So.
no, it is not. And it's amazing. I mean, you look at Matt Hasselbeck, he's 2-0 on the season, but then you look at Andrew Luck, he's 1-4 this year.
Right.
Who would have thought Andrew Luck, starting quarterback, 1-4 this year? And you're right. I mean, just think about it. Since Andrew Luck and the Pagano regime have gotten here, we're 17-2 against the AFC South, but we're 17-17 against the rest of the NFL.
I mean, really?
Yeah, we're 500. And then, I mean, we're
So thank goodness for the AFC South.
Thank goodness for the AFC South. Is that it? Is that it, though? I mean, are we just good for the AFC South, but not a good football team for the rest of the NFL?
Well, the AFC South is not what the rest of the NFL is. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
The three teams, three of the worst teams in the NFL, maybe you throw Oakland in there, some other, I'm trying to think who else would be of that ilk. Miami, until last couple of weeks, they look pretty good now all of a sudden. But really, and certainly in the AFC, three of the worst teams happen to be in the AFC South. Tennessee, Jacksonville, Houston.
But it's weird because you know that by winning the division, your schedule the next year, you have to play all the division winners from the AFC every year.
Right.
If you win the division. So obviously those are going to be tough games because you're playing division winners. But you're also going to get another AFC division, another NFC division, and I just can't imagine us not being better than a lot of those teams with the talent that we have. I mean, I don't know if we're just kind of fooling ourselves, living in kind of a bubble, but I just feel like with the talent that's on this team, we should be playing better football and winning football games based off of just talent, based off of just talent alone.
I said this last night on the show to Michael Grady, who, by the way, is going to join us. He's going to Skype us just a little bit. I said to him on Sports Extra last night, this team isn't this bad.
No.
So where do we go from here?
Yeah. Where do you go? I mean, you can look at all three phases and really the defense is playing the best of all three phases right now at this very moment in time.
Agree.
The special teams, there's a lot of mistakes. And what happens was mistakes.
Outside of Pat McAfee, a lot of mistakes.
Well, yeah. And then,
or Adam Vinatieri for that matter.
Vinatieri, but he's barely getting on the field because we're not scoring very many points. But you look at the special teams, you either want the special teams to make a wild play in your favor or you want them to be non-existent. But they're making wild plays.
And mistakes.
Mistakes in the other team's favor that are just killing us. The turnovers, the fumbles, and just the missed plays.